think help Forth a lot. Right, our next speaker is Bill Ragsdale. If you said you had something without slides, but you just show talk. But yeah, just go ahead and show us what you want to show. Bill, the stage is yours.
All right, it's come through on the screen?
No.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I did hit the share button.
Aha, here we go. Yeah, we see the PowerPoint or whatever.
There we go.
Yeah,
Here we go. Live. All right. By way of introduction, I'm Bill Ragsdale, the founding president of the Forth Interest Group 45 years ago or so. And today we're going to look at a simple little application that would be good as an intermediate programming exercise in a classroom. It might be good for a challenge where you want to have multiple programmers working on the same thing. And it is Pig Latin. I'm not sure how well known this is worldwide, but Pig Latin back in the day was a synthetic language that children would use, generally between the age of about 7 and 10 years old, typically on the playground. So they could talk to one another, and the kids that knew how it worked would understand, and the classmates who didn't know would not understand. And so it was like an immediately developed secret language. We're going to look how Pig Latin can be done in Forth. So the rules of Pig Latin are that you take your normal word, and if the first letter is a consonant, then you move the consonant to the end of the word and add AY. In this case, the consonant is the diphthong TH, so you put a TH at the end and add AY, so this becomes isthe. If the word begins with a vowel, you just simply append way, W-A-Y. So R becomes our way. So with this, in a matter of 20 minutes or so, with a little bit of practice, you can learn to speak Pig Latin. If you say, how do I translate Pig Latin into Pig Latin? It's Igpe Atenle. Igpe Atenle. We're doing this with Forth in text. So first we create a text buffer, in this case, input text of 500 characters. And we're using the Z comma quote to bring in a quotation that is null ended. And we're going to be using the Declaration of Independence, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then we need an output buffer. So for our output text buffer, likewise, we have a 500 byte array, which we create, name, and erase. The top level of this is that when we have the line of text available, the word run sets up those values, and then it examines character by character, and then passes that character by character while there is a non-null character into word process, and that takes care of the whole word. And then we display the output, see what do we got. The first case is to check for vowels. So the part of the word process is check for vowels A, E, I, O, U, Y. And if we encounter as the first letter is a vowel, then we apply the word for vowel action, which we'll see in a moment. Otherwise, we apply a consonant action. The vowel action is pretty simple. We know we're going to just put the way at the end. So in the case of the word, we already have the word in the output buffer. The greater than a word passes the word to the output buffer, and then we simply append W-A-Y and a blank at the end. So that's translated a word beginning with a vowel. The words beginning with a consonant are a little bit more involved. In that case, we do the in out where we move the letter to the end, and then we copy the beginning part of the letter to the output. So our results, the Declaration of Independence is one that we often use in Forth language for text. And it is from the Gettysburg Address that President Lincoln gave in 1863 in the middle of the United States Civil War. And he is looking forward toward the implementation of the Forth language on a nationwide basis, because he said 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation. And ever since then, we have harked back to Lincoln's words on the introduction of Forth. The translation of this, I'll try to read, but you can see how it is with the for as the word, first word is Orphe, where we take that F, put it at the end of AY. So it's Orphe, or Quartse, Andwe, Evene, Yearsway, Aguwe, Arwe, Othersve, Roughsbe, Horthve, Onwe, Histe, Ontingment, K, Awe, Enwe, Hne. So to the untrained ear, it does sound like a foreign language, but to children on a playground, it can be a lot of fun. And do we have any questions? Oh, the questions. First, I used the input string was null delimited. It becomes easier to parse letter by letter, just looking for a null at the end. And the output, of course, we're going to display it. So that format is better as a counted string. And upper lowercase letters are a bother, so I just set all the output to lowercase. And do we have any questions or comments?
Thank you very much.
Good. I'll return this to Ulrich. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
So, are there any questions?
If you're going to do a little class exercise introducing Forth from a text standpoint, this is a very straightforward, very cute, clever way. Only two.
I just saw in the output that you didn't move the TH on the word this, both letters to the end.
The first one I mentioned was the diphthong TH. So you do have to detect the the letter combinations that are actually two letters pronounced as one. And so I did it in a fairly straightforward way here. There are, I believe, I did an expanded code on that, and I believe there are about 11 of the two-letter combinations you have to process.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Christian, did you have a question? You raise your hand.
I'll say again,
Yes.
do they have a what?
Well, it's more a comment. I could have used this probably 69 years ago in primary school. I never could speak big language, and nobody could ever teach me how to speak it. They tried by example, but I couldn't pick the rules. So thanks. But I think the rules were different in French because everything didn't end in way.
Yeah, maybe.
But it would simplify poetry quite a bit for the rhymes.
I do hope Pig Latin continues on the school grounds today. But again, we're talking something that's about 70 years ago.
Thanks.
All right. So this concludes the presentation part of our meeting. And so if you later watch this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. And I will stop the recording right now. And